So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a no step 1-2. And we're just going to be concentrating on transferring our weight. Where is our balance? You know what I mean? Where does it feel most comfortable to throw those punches and be in balance? And you can only do that by practicing it. And you don't want to throw your punches fast because you're not going to be able to concentrate. Because when you throw things fast, you're concentrating on the speed and you're not concentrating on the mechanics. So do everything slow. It'll be a lot better and a lot quicker lesson for you. So let's go. So now we're doing the 1-2. And now we want to just concentrate again on our balance. Ready position, ready to go forward, ready to go backwards, ready to go to the right, ready to go to the left. Always being in balance, and that's important. So when we're throwing the 1-2, all our weight is going to be off the back leg. And again, we're not taking a step. We're just transferring the weight from our back leg to our front leg, from our front leg to our back leg. And again, we'll just rock back and forth, transferring that weight, finding out where our best balance is. And then the punch is easy. It's just transferring the weight. And remember, we always want to do a defensive move after we throw our punch. And the defensive move is just either keep your hand out there or duck. But we're not going to be doing any bobbing or weaving or any bending of the knees. We're just concentrating on transferring our weight and throwing our punches. So the 1-2 is the transfer of the weight to the back leg. See, I'm having a problem with my balance now because I haven't worked out in over a year. So I'm working on that. I'm going to get that. I know from past experience, if I work on these drills just a little bit, I'm going to get my balance back. So the punch is just a 1-2. Bam, bam. The weight is off the back leg and you're ending up on the front leg. But we're not going back too far. And we're not going forward too far. We always want to keep in that balance. We always want to keep that pendulum going. And that's your defensive move. You don't necessarily have to bring your punches back. A good defensive fighter keeps his punches out there. So after you throw your punches, don't be in such a hurry to bring them back. Because a lot of the times, especially when you're doing stand-up for ultimate fighting, when you finally get your punch out there and you're close, you can move your opponent from one side to the next because your hands are out there. And I'll show you some real nice tricks about how to smother punches and whatnot. But so we're just 1-2, boom, boom, transferring that weight, finding our balance. You know, and when you're shifting that weight, when you get into a habit of doing that, like I said, you can go forwards or backwards, right or left. You're always ready to make a move. You're always ready to defend yourself or to get on the offense and make an offensive move, because it's a split second when an opening opens up and for you to hit the target. So we'll do that with just the 1-2. Weight's coming off the back leg. Bam, bam. Just rocking back and forth. Bam, bam. And you can throw the 1-2 off the front leg just like the jab. So you're transferring your weight's coming in, bam, bam. You're coming back, you're hitting your opponent and you're stepping back. So that's a good thing was when you actually you're in the forward position and you want to try to get back, so your opponent's coming in at you and you're in a defensive mode. You're throwing the punches off your front leg. The weight is coming off your front leg. You're pushing off. You're trying to keep your opponent at bay. He's coming at you. You're fighting in a defensive mode. You're fighting with your weight. Your weight is transferred. Your weight is now on your front leg, and you got your hands up. You're moving. You're trying to fend them off, and then bam, bam. You keep it out, and don't bring your punches out. Don't bring your punches right away, all the way back. And when you get them out there, you just want to move your head. You want to kind of see what's going on. You don't want to be in a hurry to bring your punches back, because sometimes when you bring your punches back, you're going to get hit real quick. And what's another good thing about keeping your punches out there is, now with everybody hitting the pads, and I've boxed for a long, long time, and I never had hit the pads when I first started blocks them. When I had my own gym, I used to use the pads with the guys because the guys like using it. But what's good about the guys that hit the pads is if you put your hand out there like this, they'll hit that pad. It's just a natural reaction to hit your hand versus your face. So if after you throw your punch and you're kind of blocking his punches off, you'll see that he'll be punching your hands. It's just a knee-jerk reaction for a guy who hits the pads all the time. I have a different way of using the pads. Hopefully we'll get to that in the near future, but right now we're just working on the 1-2. Just transferring that weight from the front foot to the back foot. Throwing those punches, the weight's coming over. We're using that Jim Corbett style. Remember Gentleman Jim Corbett? Just to turn those punches over. This is an important drill just to get your 1-2 down because it's so important. Because what's good about the 1-2 is when you get real good and you get good with your jab, and you start nailing a guy with a jab, it's just a natural thing to drop that right hand in, right on the chin. You know, and once you can do that, I mean, that's where, you know, you get all your dividends from this game, is nailing a guy on the chin with a right hand. There's nothing